Hey everybody, I'm David Crum, divorce attorney and author of the book, Confessions of a Divorce Assassin. And I am here to talk to all you parents out there whose sons and daughters are either facing divorce or right in the middle of a divorce. I know this can be super frustrating because you want to help. But before you can do that, you need to know how to navigate the various roadblocks that parents face when helping their kids through a divorce case. See, as a divorce litigator who's done this for over 20 years now, I know all parents face essentially the same problems. And here's how to handle them. The first is to find the right lawyer to represent your son or daughter. And anyone who's done a simple Google search knows there are hundreds of attorneys out there that are willing to take your case. But really only a handful of them would be the right match for you. The second is knowing how to communicate with that attorney to help support your child once the case is proceeding and how to keep your case on track. And the third is how to recognize when the attorney you've chosen is not doing a good job and what you can do about it. So let's start with hiring the right divorce attorney. See, there are a lot of different things you can look at, but there are 3 golden rules I think you must follow in hiring an attorney. The first, the attorney must practice exclusively, listen to me, exclusively in the area of divorce and family law. Divorce and family law is just too complicated at this point to hire an attorney that doesn't dedicate his or her entire practice to this area. There is so much more than just knowing the law as it pertains to divorce. An attorney's entire practice should be set up to be effective in this area. It's like the old saying, jack of all trades, master of none. So when you're looking at a potential divorce lawyer, anyone who's showing divorce and family law and criminal law and corporate law and personal injury is somebody you want to stay far away from. Number 2, and please listen to me closely on this because it might be the most important point. You must match the type of attorney with the type of divorce your son or daughter is likely to have. What do I mean by that? There are a number of different types of divorces that a person can go through. It's essentially uncontested divorce, mediated, collaborative, and litigated. And I'm not going to explain what each one of those is. That's just far too long for this video. You can simply go to our website and get more information about those different types of divorces. But for example, if mediation might be an option, then you would have to find an attorney who has mediation skill set, which is not easy to find. So what you would be looking for in that situation is a law firm's website where mediation is front and center. They have a page or videos or articles dedicated exclusively to mediation, and mediation just isn't an afterthought. So please pay attention to matching attorney with divorce type. The last consideration is that the attorney practices in the courthouse and in front of the judge that you will likely be hearing your son or daughter's case. This is really something you'd need to talk about with the attorney at the initial consultation. And the reason it's so important is that when an attorney has been in front of your judge, they know how that judge will rule on certain issues. And that is incredibly important in deciding whether you will negotiate a resolution for a particular issue or whether you'd rather go to court and let the judge decide. So once you've figured out the right attorney, you need to decide along with your child how you will or will not communicate with the attorney. If you have a competent attorney, they'll generally tell you they will not talk to you about the case as a parent without the permission of your son or daughter. So you really need to decide with your son or daughter early in the case how much information you're going to receive. Always remember, though, that whether your attorney is talking to you alone or to your child or to both of you, they're always going to be billing for their time. So you may ask to be CC'd on emails, or you may ask to sit in on a phone call or meeting with your child if that is a supportive relationship. Otherwise, talking alone to the attorney can not only create problems with communication, but it can run up a very, very high legal bill. Now, another potential problem is knowing when the case is off track and what you can do about it. The easiest way to keep the case on track is to have the attorney give you a proposed timeline of when and what is going to happen in this case. And despite what some attorneys might tell you, they can actually give you that information, generally speaking, at the beginning of the case. If that timeline then isn't being followed, you should follow up with the attorney. One major problem is if the attorney is not communicating well with your child, that can be the first sign that attorney is not going to be effective. So let's say a failure to timely return phone calls or timely answer emails. That's a red flag about the attorney's competence. If that happens, you should request a meeting immediately to voice your concerns and get the case back on track. So the final issue is what to do if the case is undoubtedly off track and the attorney is just not effective. Well, it's kind of like getting a second opinion from a doctor. When you're at that point, when you think it may be time to replace counsel, you should find another attorney that meets the criteria that we talk about in this video and schedule initial consultation with that attorney. There is absolutely nothing stopping another attorney from sitting down with you and giving you their honest opinion about the case. Always remember, this is not a decision to take lightly, as the attorney will have to spend some additional time coming back up to speed in the case. She'll end up paying some additional attorney's fees by replacing your attorney. But it could be the very best decision for your child's case in the long run. All right, listen, if you have a child who's facing divorce or is in the middle of divorce and is not happy with his or her attorney, any one of the attorneys on our team would be happy to talk with you about the case and how we could represent your son or daughter. If you're not at that point, please do yourself a favor. Take advantage of some of the other great content I've created for you on this page, or share it with your child to help them make informed decisions about the process. I wish you the very best luck with your case, and I hope to either meet you in person or see you in the next video.